Hello viewers, this is attorney Gehi and welcome to Green Card with Gehi. And we have a lot of people, who are interested in knowing about what's going to happen in today's show. So we are going to talk about some very important things today. And as you all rightly know, so today's show is mainly about this wonderful visa, the O1 visa. And we are going to talk about the O1A, then we're going to switch to the O1B next time. And before that, a few headlines from the world of immigration. The good news is that professional officers will be starting soon. So you'll get an opportunity to even come to our office and see us. We're just waiting for the governor's order to confirm the good news. And thank you to everybody for actually being on the show. And this is a live show. So which means what can we do during the live show? You can come in as a participant, you can ask us questions, or the other thing is that you can even chat with us. So there's a chat forum over here when you can ask your questions. Now, what should you do if you're watching this on Facebook? Very simple, press the Zoom link. Press the Zoom link and you'll be on the Zoom link and you'll be able to kind of ask us questions. So now we still have 3 or 4 minutes before we actually go live. So we've been getting a lot of questions from our viewers. So there's going to be an open question and answer session about different kinds of visa categories. Then we are also going to discuss a little bit about employee rights, which are very important because a lot of H-1B employees are not getting paid by some of the employers. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. And they worked for them for many years in the past and they were benched and everything. We need to see what the law is. I'm talking about before COVID, because during COVID times, it's a different scenario. But let's see how we can talk about that particular topic. And other than that, we are going to take a lot of questions about asylums because the asylum law, which means Trump is planning on having an executive order, which would literally kind of cut down, asylum applicants from filing for asylum. So therefore, it is critically important for people who are contemplating on filing the asylums to contact us as soon as possible. And a lot of people have already started calling us, and we are starting these cases remotely from all over the United States. And also, Trump is planning on, doing a lot of other things, such as he may stall the green card processes for applications that are pending until things get better. So there's a lot of things that are happening in the world of immigration today. So you're dealing with a very conservative world in terms of immigration. So it's critically important for you to exercise your rights, make sure that your documents are in, and just make sure that you are legal in this country. And if you're out of status, which I tell people, get married to an American citizen, you can still get your green card in America, depending upon the facts and circumstances of your case. That even getting married to a green card holder is not bad. And other than that, if you have problems in your country, if you've been a victim of domestic abuse, you can still consider political asylum, but you have to be careful whether that's related to some other grounds of basically persecution, such as it can also be religious at times, and it can be a member in a social group. It can be many different factors. That's the way you look at an asylum case. And if your friends who are in detention, still consider applying for bond or for parole. People should understand that immigration has a lot of authority in granting paroles to people, or leaving them, on good moral character basis, even if they've been ordered deported. So that is very, very important, for all of us to know. And a little bit about our fantastic H-1B viewers. We've been helping them a lot to either basically apply for a new H-1, change the status, or basically, or help them with, the critical situation that they are in with their employers. So there's a lot that we have to talk today. And, it's 6:30, so let's start today's headlines. So folks, the headlines for today is the O1A visa, but a brief discussion, which people have told me, and they love this part of the show, the E1 visa will make it real simple. The E visa for treaty investors. So which means very simple, look up the chart as to whether your country is a member of the E1 visa country. We've been doing a lot of E1 visas. And if your country is part of the E1 visa country, then if you're trading with the United States, real easy for you to come to America. But that's one visa that can help you to start your business in America. So look, whether you're trading with the United States, your particular country is a member of the E1 visa country. For example, even if you have gotten your citizenship in that country, you may be eligible for the E1 visa. Great visa, you can come in, your spouse can come in, and she can also basically be living with you, and your kids can come to America and they can go to school, but your spouse can also get a work permit. So that's the E1 visa. E2, if you have money to invest in America, you don't need $1 million. It depends on the needs of the business. Consider the E2 visa. Now, the O1 visa, people have been waiting for this. It's not a difficult visa for people who are very much talented. And we've done O1 visas for people like who are well known. You don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to get an O1 visa. So that's the good news. So mostly when people think about O1 visa, they think that they should be someone who should be like Alfred Nobel, or that to be like Mother Teresa, who's gotten a Nobel Prize. So that's not the requirement that you should be a Nobel Prize winner. It's, yes, it helps a lot. If you're a Nobel Prize winner, well, they'll get you the O1 visa right away. So, but it's not a mandatory requirement, to be more precise with. So who should consider an O1 visa, O1A visa, especially for people who've done very well in the sciences, in the arts, or in any other field of endeavor? If you've done very well in your field of endeavor, technology, science, arts, it's going to be a great visa for you. Who should consider it? O1A is different than O1B. O1B is meant for people in the film business. They do that all the time. You're a well-known actor and you're in the motion picture industry. You're the top well-known director. Now he wants to come over here to America and he wants to work with Spielberg. Consider the O1B. It's all about basically your credentials, that you're a well-known personality, or you're a Shah Rukh Khan, you're an Amir Khan. Look into the O1A and the O1B, or even you can look into the EB1 in those cases. And other than that, you're a great professor, well-known internationally. So you can look into the O1 visa category, or you can also look into the EB1 visa category. And we've been doing a lot of those. Now, especially with the EB1, the good news is you don't even need a sponsor. You can self-sponsor yourself if you're Mr. Brilliant. And we've been helping people like, who are brilliant, who have these great publications. You've been a judge in this category. You're really recognized as an expert. So that is fantastic. That can help you a lot to basically come up, and apply for this visa. And another thing you can do is that suppose if you had TV appearances, or you're considered to be an expert in your field of endeavor by others, and you're a member of these well-known professions and everything. You've been a judge of others. You've judged all these great competitions. That you can be an athlete, you can be an entertainer, you can be a performer, and we can decide whether we can go for the O1A, for the O1B for you. So it's all about basically you. And if your gut feeling tells you that you are Mr. Famous, you can be a great well-known model. You've done all these great stints, with all these big companies and everything. And, you judged an international competition. Fantastic. And there are people who are ready to write about your work. You're a scientist and you have these great publications over here internationally. Consider the EB1 or the O1. So what people are doing, they are reaching me directly at info@gehilaw.com. And I'm doing those emails. And if people have a chance, I get back to them and I let them know that, yes, you have a possibility, you don't have a possibility. So this is something that's very important for us to understand, that these are visas that are underutilized. They're underutilized because people sometimes, they have these PhDs, they have these great publications, but they don't think about this visa. You may be an artist, okay? You might be a well-known dancer at the stage and you have all these things going on TV. You've been famous, you were asked to judge a competition, and that was such a big honor that, you went on America Has Talent. Look at that. Means you are a celebrity. It doesn't mean that you have to be in the US, you're a celebrity. You performed in something internationally, you performed something, in Guyana, in Trinidad, in the UK, in India, in Australia, anywhere. And it was an international competition. So you went with Anthony Bourdain and you're this great chef, and Anthony Bourdain met you and he patted your back. He was a great person, a lot of admiration for him. God bless him. So it can be any industry. You're this well-known chef. Oh my God, you cook so well. You're on this great cooking shows, that are well-known. So there is room for you, but it's all about you, what you want to do. And the good thing about the O1A is that you don't have to command the same salary like an H1B. You don't have to meet the prevailing wage determination. And another good thing about the O visa is that you can also have an immigrant intent. So that is fantastic. Like, you have an immigrant intent. Now, the other thing about the O visas is that your spouse can come with you. Your spouse can come, and also your staff can come with you. Like, if you're in the motion picture industry, you need your crew to come in and join you. They can come in and join you. So there are many, many good things about the O visa. And as I said, start thinking like this. Look at your credentials. Have you been written up in newspapers? Do you have publications? Have you been a judge in your competition so you can become a judge? Are you very well known in your profession? You might be that, that basketball, hero, or you might be basically that wonderful skating woman who's very well known for skating all over the world. Great, think about it. You're this great coach, this bodybuilder. Think about it. You've gone into these great weightlifting competitions. Think about it. You're that well-known scientist. Think about it. You are this great model. Think about it. You're this wonderful artist, and you've drawn like basically the best Pablo Picasso's in your life. You're the person who's going to draw the next Mona Lisa. So all those things you're going to draw Mona Lisa. So all those factors have to be squared in. So the thing is, that's what you need to do. You need to understand yourself. And, when you send an email to me, tell me, brag about yourself. Say that I'm just basically Mr. Brilliant. And I think I can qualify for this. And I have a sponsor who wants me in America. Fantastic. Remember my saying, when the great get going, the going gets great. And you all are great. And another thing which I tell people is that, be positive. You're out of status right now. Don't think that there's nobody out there to marry you. You're just looking for one person in your life. So look at the glass as half full. Don't look at it as half empty. Oh, people are asking me, what's my legal status? Well, there are many good people who are looking for good human beings to marry. Can be a same-sex partner, or maybe basically a regular partner, like, a man or a woman or whatever it is, or a woman or a woman. Doesn't really matter. So end of the day, you're looking for that one wonderful soul who's a green card holder or a citizen who can marry you. So even if it's a green card holder, you're legal. Do you know you can still get your green card within 1 year, God willing? I hope things get better, but approximately I'm talking about. So these are factors that you need to square in when you're looking at things objectively. Now, once you come in on an O1, what people do? After they are on an O1, they are with this wonderful partner, or they come in alone. They become more famous in their field. That's what I've seen. And we've encouraged people over the years. And some of them, they even self-sponsor themselves for the green card because they're so bright. They say, okay, tell me what's the next thing to do. Judge these competitions, command a high salary, become a member of these prestigious associations, ask people to write fantastic letters for you, and become a judge in your field of endeavor, or get a big, well-known prize in this country, or get written up in a lot of newspapers. Here you go. You made it, and you go up to this category when you can even self-sponsor yourself for a green card under EB1. Now, if you cannot self-sponsor, you're so good at your work that your employer wants to say, hey, this person is absolutely brilliant, and I want to make sure that this wonderful person gets a green card. So as I said, it's all up to you as to what you want from this visa category. And this is meant for people like, who entered all these competitions. And this is meant for all those scientists who are looking at me today and saying, well, I've done so much research on AIDS. I've done so much research on COVID-19. I got published. Start thinking about this. Start looking at this. You might be in the United States. You might be abroad watching the show. So if you qualify for EB1, you don't need a sponsor. You might be watching the show today in Australia. You might be watching the show in the UK, and you might be thinking that if I'm so brilliant, can I directly qualify for a green card? You may. You may. So the question is, it all depends whether you are having those credentials. And also, knowledge is power. That's why I tell people, keep circulating this show, not for my personal sake. Of course, it helps me a lot. But by your blessings, I've had more than 1 million views on YouTube so far, totally. So I'm blessed with wonderful viewers like you. So, but more than anything, you're also helping your friends. You're helping the community to gain the knowledge. Even if they don't become my clients, I'm absolutely fine with it. But knowledge is power. And we all need to spread good knowledge. It can be in the legal field, it can be in the medical field, it can be in any field of endeavor. So end of the day, that's what my mentors have taught me. Spread your knowledge, make it available to the public, and it's going to help. That's what we all are here for. So remember, I get a lot of calls, especially from viewers who watch the show, and believe it or not, you've done a good job. And some people never thought they had an avenue to ever get the green card. And guess what? I was able to figure out that this person may qualify for a green card. For example, there was this person who was abused many years ago by his spouse. And at the end of the day, she never thought that, that she would qualify for a green card, but her abuse was so severe that after talking to her, I thought, like, you may have a case. And that lady was able to get a green card in this country. Prior results do not guarantee future outcome. So even by basically referring those people, you're doing, a good deed, not to me, but you can refer them to any lawyer of your choice. If you like me, sure you can, but still spread the knowledge in any field that you are in. So that becomes critically important. And very soon we will be taking questions. So now if there are any questions, I request my viewers to please start sending them on your chat message. And also if you have a question, we are going to start taking it on the participants, and very soon in the next 3 minutes. So you can start typing your questions now. This is a live show. So the beauty of this live show is I can answer your questions. And also we've been doing a lot of Zoom consultations with people who are in foreign countries. We've been talking to people who want to start their companies in America. We've been talking to people who are stuck in those foreign countries because the consulate is not granting them the visa. And their spouses have sponsored them. Their relatives have sponsored them. They've had the interviews, but there hasn't been any progress on the case. But remember, folks, when you're dealing with immigration, things take time. It's a process. And do not blame your lawyer if things take time, because at the end of the day, you're dealing with the government, and the government has a lot of cases, and sometimes things take time. So you'll have to be patient in those cases. So anytime, if you are abroad and if you're thinking about establishing a branch office, coming to the US, starting your own business, even if you're in Dubai, we get a lot of viewers from Dubai that we help. So that's what we do over here. So folks, it's literally time for us to open up the floor for questions. And if you have any questions, I would greatly appreciate it if you could start asking your questions now. And, and I would request the host. Yes, there's a question from Shafi. Shafi, can you just basically type your question, or can you come on live now so I can answer your question? Yes, Shafi. So we request our moderator, Dan, to unmute Shafi so he can ask us the question. Shafi? Hello? Hi, Shafi. I cannot hear you. Yes, please turn off your sound at the back and ask me your question now. Hello? When the concerts are back to normal in India. All right, so that's your question, Shafi. Once if COVID gets over, and once if the situation improves, then automatically things are going to get back to normal. So looking at my analysis is, it's going to take a good 2 to 3 months minimum. It can go up to 6 months. This is my personal analysis when it comes to the consulate, opening up everything, I believe, slowly. And things are getting better in the world. God bless. And I think things should be rocking pretty soon for all of us. So that is good news. So if you have any other questions, I would request everyone to start asking questions, but this is the time for question and answers. All right, so who qualifies for an E1 visa? From Uzma, the very first thing is that this is a question from Uzma. Uzma, E1 is basically e-visas are meant for nationals of certain countries. So first you need to look at whether your country is a part of the treaty trader program. So Google it, go on the consulate website to check out if you're from Bangladesh, if you're from Pakistan, then your country is in it, or plus there are Albania, then you're looking at New Zealand, you're looking at Australia, and UK, Canada. So these are countries which are part of it, but there's a list that you can look up online. And then after that, the good news is that, if you're an entrepreneur and if you're trading with the United States, then we can look into the E1 visa. So that's a good question from Uzma. So if you have more questions, please start asking them so we can start kind of. Okay, so there's another question here we have right now from Howard Rankisan. If you're married to a green card holder, how long does it take to get through? Now, if you're married to a green card holder, if you're in legal status in America, so within 1 year, you should be able to get through. So that's something that exactly can help you a lot for sure. Can I change my status to one visa within the US? Yes, if you are here on a B1, B2, or on a student visa, you're yes. But if you're here on a visa, like a visa waiver pilot program or something, then you cannot. So in most cases you can, but there are very narrow categories under which you cannot. But generally, if you're not under the visa waiver pilot program, if you came in on a B1, B2, you're on an H1B. If you're on a student visa, my answer is yes, for sure. So those are some good questions that we are coming up from people. And let me continue with the question from Mr. Ramkison. So we need to know how you entered, this is for Howard, how you entered into the country, what visa you came in, and what is your current status. Then I think you should be able to kind of, qualify for a green card. So that's about some of the questions. And people can also come on the show and ask me a live question. And, if there are any other people who have some questions, please do let me know. So let's continue with the question and answer session. Now, there's a question here from Shrishti Palak from Facebook. If I apply under EB1 category self and my I-140 is still pending, I can move to my home country. I think better consult with an attorney and see what your chances are, because you've already demonstrated an immigrant intent. So the thing is that if they deny it, then you'll have a problem coming back to America. So Shrishti, send me an email, give me some more details, then we can look into this for sure. Now, Rajesh has raised his hand. So Rajesh, please join us and I'll be happy to answer your question. Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Rajesh.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, like, can people from India and Canada also apply for the same visa, and how much time does it take?
Now, are you a Canadian citizen?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to becoming one soon.
So once you become a Canadian citizen, then a lot of doors open up for you. What's your educational background?
Yeah, I've done my MBA.
MBA. So a couple of things that you can consider is that if you have a business, you can consider the E2 visa. If you're trading with the United States, you can consider the E1 visa. So that can help you a lot, yes.
Okay, and for the business, what do I have to prove like this?
Do you have a business right now?
Yes, I do.
What kind of business do you have?
I have a business into consulting.
I think that's great. So how many years you've been a permanent resident of Canada?
Around 4 years now.
So when can you apply for your citizenship in Canada?
Yeah, already applied.
So this may be the right time for you to get things going, because the whole process takes 6 months. And if you can email me, then we can start talking from there. Let me at least review to see how close you are to the finish line.
Okay, and people from India cannot apply, can they?
No, India cannot. India should consider if there's a big businessman and if he has more than 25 people or so working for his company, then I'd love to look at the case. Then they can consider the L1 visa or the L2 visa. L1A or L1B. I would say L1A more than anything else. My apologies. They should definitely consider the L1A visa. So always look for people who are entrepreneurs. Look for your friends who don't, because people tell me that I have 3 employees working. Don't waste your time and money. You're going to get denied. Of course, I'm telling you upon practical things which I see in life. The law allows everybody to apply. But the question is that, unless and until you're a billionaire, then they may grant you an L1A or L1B. But in most cases, I tell people, if you're more than 25 people, or even if you have more than 15 people, but that's not the law, but it's a practicality of the law that they consider. I'm talking about India. And of course, L1As can also be done for Canada. But my thing is that why not take a better route than actually kind of going for an easier route if you're a Canadian citizen. So in your case, I think the E1 and E2 may be an option that we need to look into.
And what is the duration of that E1 and E2?
Good thing for you. You can work in America for the rest of your life. You have to keep extending it every 2 years.
Is it similar to TN visa or something different?
TN, but there are a lot of restrictions on TNs, because you need to be a professional. Then other than that, you cannot go too far with a TN. But you're an entrepreneur. You're working for yourself. You can grow your business, and the money comes to your pocket. Since you're an MBA, what is better, Rajesh? Getting the money in our pocket.
Yeah, that's true.
So what happens is that once if I see your resume, then I can advise you what would be the most appropriate thing for you to do. All right? So send me your email and I'll be happy to, take it from there.
Yeah, no problems. Can we have your email ID here on
It's info@gehilaw.com. You can't miss it. It's right on the screen in front of you. Do you see it? Okay. It's on the chat panel, info@gehilaw.com.
Okay, no problems.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye-bye. All right. So now we have some more questions coming up. And if someone wants to raise their hand, raise your hand so I can answer your questions. All right. Human has raised their hand. Yes, Human. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Human?
I'm fine. I'm just quick question. I got my TM visa and expired last August for 3 years. I'm IT professional.
Yes.
But because I got better offer in Canada and I'm Canadian citizen, I stay in Canada. Right now, can I apply for TN visa again or just 3 years is,
No, you can apply again. And what kind of work do you do?
IT.
IT. So are you working for yourself as a contractor? Are you working for the company as an employee?
Right now I have a full-time position, but before that I work based off my company as a self-employment.
Okay, so you have 2 options here, Homan. Number 1 is that you can also start your own IT company by going for the e-visa, or you can come in as a TN visa holder with a company. So if you want to start your own company, consider the e-visa and the E2 visa. And luckily the investment is not big for consulting companies. You just need to show how much investment will be needed. Then what you can do under the e-visa, you can work for yourself through the company too. You can take up the project and you can save a lot of money.
Do I need to show this? Do I need to show some certain money I make here for that company?
What you can do is why don't you email me and we can talk about that?
Sure.
Send me your number because I think you have a good chance. If you're an entrepreneur, because you also have to look at the market. If you come in on a TN, the employer will give you 65 or 70,000 or 80,000.
Exactly.
But in the e-visa, you can get the same money by basically taking it up as a contract with the company, and you can make more money. So instead of 70, you're making 150,000. What is better?
Second one, 100,000.
Good. So that's what we do. I'll have to look at your resume. I'll consult with you, or once I see it, and we'll talk further.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So if you have any more questions, like how people are asking questions, you all should be asking questions because it's really good. And as I said, if you're on Facebook, take the opportunity to come. Talk to me live, like how Mr. Homan did and how the other people have done it. Come up over here and we'll talk to you and we'll try to assist you as much as we can. So let's see if there are any more questions here. Am I missing any questions from anyone here? All right, we have one more new message here. Let's see. And I want people to, yes, Rajesh, I've already taken your question, I believe. So are there anyone else? Are there any other people who have any other questions? Okay, Uzma has a question. Yes, Uzma, turn on your unmute yourself and ask me the question. Yes, Rajesh, our family members are covered. We can talk about that at the email. Yes, Uzma.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you speak a little louder, please?
Okay. So
Yes.
I have a question. Like, if somebody's don't have status, like their immigration status have been refused in Canada, so can they apply for immigration in USA, and will that affect?
Yes, you can
because-
apply in the US. As far as, for example, about clients from Canada. Now, what is your legal status in
Yeah.
Canada?
I don't have status.
So example, if you get married to an American citizen or a green card holder, you can still qualify.
No, I have a family.
You have a family?
I have a family.
Then is your,
Yes.
how are you going to come to America? That's the question.
I am a IT professional.
Okay, so good. What you can do is if someone can sponsor you for a visa, which country are you from?
Pakistan.
You're lucky. So what you can do is if someone is ready to sponsor you for an H-1B or something, why not? Or even some company can directly sponsor you for the green card.
Sorry.
Since you're from Pakistan, the good news for you is you're still eligible for the e-visa.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can invest money in America, you can still make it to the USA. Am I clear?
Yeah, but how?
How, which means that,
How can I do that?
okay, very simple. You should have money. Number one, you should have a business plan, and you should have something that you want to do in America. And you're lucky because you're from Pakistan, and Pakistan is a member of the e-visa countries. So send me an email, then I can call you up and we can talk in person about that.
Okay.
Am I clear?
Thank you so much.
So you have an opening.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So it's not the end of the tunnel. You have chances.
Okay, thank you
Does
so
that make
much.
you happy, Uzma?
Yes, yes.
All right, thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So any more questions, please let us know. We have 2 minutes. Let's see who are the final people who get a chance to ask their questions live. Time flies, as you all rightly know. So the thing is that if there's any question, raise your hand and the host will let you in right away. Become a participant. Press that and you'll be into the show. And as I said, friends, keep distributing the show. Keep distributing the link. The good thing about this link is that this link does not change. And even if you can, you can even have an app for Zoom and you'll be able to log in wherever you are. So I've had clients like, they love listening to the show and they take it with them. Some of them are somewhere sitting and they basically look into that for sure. So folks, so now the topic for next time, it's going to be a very, very interesting topic. We are going to talk about the O-1B visa for actors, for performers, and for athletes, or for dancers and people who love to perform. They're going to love the next show on O-1B visas. And also we'll be having some general questions, which are going to be very important. So before I leave, there's a question. I don't have BE, but I'm working as an IT engineer. Am I eligible for a TN visa? Send me your resume at info@gehilaw.com or call us at 718-263-5999. We are handling immigration cases from all over the United States and the world. So the best way to reach me is at info@gehilaw.com. The instant program constitutes an attorney advertisement under the laws of the state of New York, and we handle all types of immigration cases from the United States and all over the world that relate to the United States of America. And thank you for watching. Prior results do not guarantee future outcome. The instant program constitutes general advice in nature and does not apply to any specific facts or circumstances unless and until an attorney-client relationship is established by means of an agreement with our law firm. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again on Monday on O1B visas for performers, for dancers, for athletes, and for people who like to rock. So keep watching this only on Green Card with Gehi. Thank you.